Hello, I'm Kumar from learnwithkumar.com, and I'm a professional tutor who gives SIMA tuition. Lot of experience, 13 years of experience working with the Self Business School, and also I'm working with Practice Test Academy and also with Ultimate Access. So this little video clipping is all about our August 2020 case study, strategic case study runabout. And I have addressed certain issues on post-COVID strategies, post-COVID-19 strategies, which could be adopted and which may be very useful for you for August 2020 exam. So you can visit my website, learnwithkumar.com. You will find many videos both on management case study and on strategic case study and on many of the objective test question papers also. If you are interested in taking online tuition at very affordable rates, you could contact me through the website or email info@learnwithkumar.com, and also you can get me on WhatsApp +94 77 321 9387. So the topic what we are going to look at is post-COVID-19 business strategy. We are basically at strategic level advising the board of directors on strategic matters, and I don't think there is anything more important than having strategies how to fight over post-COVID-19 scenarios. I suppose somewhere around about February, March, almost all the companies in the world should have been focusing on survival, cash flow, and cash flow survival. And investors also would have thought like that. But now, with things sort of easing out, hopefully, the investors and the directors and the committee will be looking, what are we going to do? And you know, Runabout is a company that is in micro-mobility industry. They would have got severely affected with the COVID-19. No one will want to use a hoverboard. But on the other hand, can the company just keep quiet? 15,000 employees, 93 billion kind of a turnover. Can they just keep quiet? No. So this is where you, as the senior manager in the finance function, in the company Runabout, you will have a massive role to play about post-COVID-19 business strategies. So you may not get all these things in the textbook, but I have gone through many of the webinars and many other material, and I have summarized everything, and hopefully this will be a very useful session for all of you. So I think the economy is just starting up post-corona in most of the countries. Many brands, including Runabout or RA, will need to get re-energized. Our energy is gone completely. I know most of the people, they are sort of completely down in their courage and hope and all kinds of things, but we can't afford. This is why we are SIMA financial management accountants. So in a crisis, it's natural to focus on the near term. This is what I said. Probably February, March, that would have been your thinking of all the time. But that is just a survival strategy. But that's not enough. That may mean that you're winning the battle, but losing the war. We need to win the war. And how are we going to win the war of coronavirus? So short term, there are several ongoing must-do actions for RA. So you as the finance manager, senior person advising the board on strategic matters, one thing you need to look at is to speak to these 30 million registered users. You can do it through website, you can do through your website notices kinds of things, and You can send them some kind of a message through the telephone app. Continue to tell them what you are proposing to do once the business starts going. One thing, but they would want the assurance is that your hoverboards are very safe. So you might have to put a little video clip in and show them that after every use, how we are going to clean it, sanitize it, and probably you will put up a sanitizer in the hoverboard so the people can use it. All health and safety measures need to be done and cared for. So, most of the companies might be thinking of going into other markets. That's not the right strategy at this moment of time. Keep up to your 30 million existing customers, a big number. Even though it's 3% of your population of Zealand, it's a big number. So first priority will be to focus on the customers who has favored your brand in the past. So this is sometimes where our finance managers fail. We don't want to spend money. This is a time for us to invest a little bit of money, even though cash is a constrained resource, to keep the people communicated of all the actions. Put up some videos, put up some leaflets, put up some e-flyers, all that kind of thing to give them the assurance that our hoverboards are going to be safe and that it will be safe. Of course, all but words should be supported with actions. I mean, they should be truthful. So we have to put up right strategies to get all these things done. Keep communicating with customers through the downturn. Now, this is very important. If we just keep quiet without informing them what they are going to do, you might find another competitor stepping in. We have the dog bite, comparatively a small company, but who knows, in this crisis, some other company might take over them and they might become very big and maybe a very big threat for us. So we need to go into that one and keep communicating. History has always shown the marketeers who keep spending during downturns fare much better. Now, this is little out of box thinking for many of us, because we as finance people will be looking all the time to keep tight in this moment of time. But the real entrepreneurs should be looking in a different way. So you have to be somewhere a kind of a balancing act. Continue to generate new ideas. Speak to your staff, speak to your people, customers, stakeholders. Try to find out what do they expect, how are we going to do it. They might have some brilliant ideas which we may not, sometimes have it. So speak to these people through your website, through your communications media. Speak to these people and try to get their ideas. I was watching one of the webinars and where they said, it should not be only one-way communication. Maybe you can get a set of people on a Microsoft team and on a two-way communication so that you can get their views. Or if you put something on the web, ask them to comment on those things so that you will get the idea. Surely the customer behavior is going to change in every field after post-COVID-19 scenario. And for hoverboards, micromobility, it's going to be a massive change. People will be very reluctant to use a micromobility. So the customer behavior is going to change. So we need to face the reality. We need to acknowledge and prepare for these shifts. If not, we will not be surviving. I mean, we can't be complacent saying that, let the customers come and use it. No, you need to think of making changes. Hotels are thinking of making changes. Airlines are thinking of making changes. And why not runabout? So this is your responsibility to go into this area. Refocus the enterprise. So internal challenges will come first. Many of our employees have been working from home in the lockdown period, and they would have had a lot of issues in the family. caring for the children and all that kind of thing. And they may be worried now whether they will be laid off, whether the salaries will be cut down. Many companies have done that kind of thing. So one thing, that internal challenge need to be faced very bravely. We need to communicate to our employees, tell them what we expect from them and which direction we are heading. Yep, they will be probably prepared to come for a little reduction in their salaries or remuneration package on a temporary basis. These days, I'm from Sri Lanka, but I'm locked down in Bangladesh. I know many of the garment factories, they are reducing the staff, but most of the people have told, don't reduce our salaries, keep our employment going. So that way, they will be contributing. And in fact, in Bangladesh, the attendance is much more higher than even in the normal days. People know the importance of having a job. So same in whatever the country. So look at those internal challenges, speak to the employees, communicate. Of course, if you have to lay down, you need to lay down, but on a very ethical policy and on a very sound, transparent policy, you will do that kind of thing. The brand relevance. We have been a company that has been in existence for almost 20 years. So we have a good reputation, the runabout. So we have to keep that brand name relevant all the time. Because the coronavirus, in a crisis like this, relevance, the brand name relevance will be on its head. So it is the key driver of purchase. If the people will be looking to the brand and people will say, wow, these people we can trust. They have done in the past and they will do it in the future also. So never do anything that is going to harm your reputation or brand. So everything what you do should be of very sound ethical conduct and with full of transparency and integrity. Address the current customer needs and problems with brand emphasized all the time. So this means you will need some allocation of resources to get a thorough knowledge on the current marketplace, to do some kind of market segmentation. Maybe it's a large country, Zealand, and we are operating in 15 cities, if I remember right. Certain cities may be still not really ready. So segment it and try to work it out. Revitalize the brand's promise. So this is very important. The customer behavior can get changed when they know they are dealing with a company called Runabout, who can be trusted with their reputation, with their brand name. The world is going to be different. You and I can see the differences. We don't want to meet people face to face. We want to go with the face mask. We don't want to travel about. So the things have got changed so much, and it will probably be there for some long time. So what will make Runabout relevant tomorrow is going to change. So there'll be more focus on health and safety. How are we going to assure that our hoverboards are completely corona-free? I mean, 90% of the people might believe, 10% may not believe, that's all right. But we have to keep that 90% happy with all what we do. They should see it. We must invite them, come and see what we are doing, that kind of thing. And get the video clipping, send it through the social media, viral it, and let it get spreaded all over. People will be more comfortable with communicating and working in a virtual world. So it's the internet, it's that kind of thing. So people will not want to come and discuss matters. So through the digital technology, speak to the customers, give a call to the customer, video call, find out how they felt after using the hoverboard and what any more suggestions they do. They have, keep them rolling. That's the way for you to go. So this is all to do with the balanced scorecard. non-financial perspectives, your internal business perspectives, your learning and innovation, and customer perspective. When those three measures, what we call leading measures, are really tackled, the financial perspective, lagging measure, will just follow. This is our new thinking. This is in the new normal situation what we are facing. This is what we should be doing. Reinvent the brand experience of RA. So it's a promise. The brand is a promise of relevant and trustworthy experience. So keep investment into innovation and renovation, marketing, and growing the brand's trustworthy brand value. There's something called trust capital that is building up. In the integrated reporting, we have 6 capitals. The trust is a very important one. It comes with the environmental, with the reputational kind of thing. Social capital, trust that you built up. So keep on investing on. So you as the senior finance manager should be looking in these areas. Never say no to every money allocation that comes up. Say yes where it needs to be done, because short-term survival is important, but long-term strategy is more important. Today, when you come for the exam in August, many shareholders, many people will be looking and asking you, what are your strategies for the future? So I'll be doing more videos on these areas, and you can visit my site www.learnwithkumar.com, and you will have many of those videos for you to look at. Reinforce a result culture. Now this is another very important thing. People are down. People have lost this, ROCs and all that kind of thing. They're looking at this moment of time how to protect their families, how to care for their children, and all that kind of thing. But we as the senior managers will have to get that results culture reinvented, revealed, re-evaluated, so which will lead to high revenue growth. So set up some new KPIs with the balance scorecard in the background, and work out some progress which can be measured up and which need to be looked after. We have enough technology today to work through all these things. You don't need to be in the office, you don't need to be in the yard, but through technology you can do all these things. So get that result culture reinforced. In fact, certain things we may even want to have reports on. If we were earlier getting monthly reports, maybe fortnightly reports, maybe weekly reports, maybe even daily reports in the present scenario. About absenteeism, about the people's attendance, maybe even daily kind of a thing, which will sort of give the strength to the organization. People manage what is measured. So this is why it is important. Now we set new KPIs and recognize them, reward them when they achieve it. So the balance scorecard is the tool that we should use it just now at this moment of time. So brand trust, I've been talking about, it's a precious asset. It's not there in your statement of financial position, because IAS 38 does not permit us to capitalize our own internally generated brand, but we do know there's a big brand in Runabout. So trust capital, as I said, is a very important driver for profitable growth. The companies that has focused on building trust and generating trust prior to COVID-19, they will be the successful company. So in the pre-scene, we have nothing to think of that we have been bad in the pre-corona era. So this should give us the strength to walk towards the future. Organization alignment. Now, once again, this is the time for teams to work. Team spirit must be built up all the time. Share every little bit of knowledge, share every little bit of information. everyone should work with the same goals in mind. The goal congruence is much more important today than in another era. So common definitions, priorities being prioritized and aligned, and everyone working on one common metric. This is very, very key. So you can see I have not gone to the textbook. I've taken many of these things from many articles that I read in the last 3 weeks, and I have taken everything and put it up in some kind of a slide in video for you all to get an idea, which you can write. And if you write this kind of thing, your examiner, I'm sure, will be much more happier than you just put in some textbook stuff into the case study. So it's an enterprise commitment that we will need, a kind of a commitment from top to bottom, a super controlled environment where the people set the example at the top, and that is what we should look at. So across geography, across functions, team spirit is the way to go. Sharing information is the way to go forward. And I can guarantee you, whether it's runabout or even in your own organization, if you start doing these things, your companies will come much more stronger after COVID-19, much more than what you were earlier. This is a blessing that we must take this is an opportunity. We must take it as a blessing and work towards for an amazing future beyond 2020. Surely the world is going to be altered very well post-corona. So we need to be strategically planning our revitalizations to match and rearrange for our customer needs, habits, new customer problems. I was always thinking, runabout, most of the people will not want to go for restaurants nowadays to have a family meal. But maybe they are fed up of cooking at home. They want a meal from a hotel or a restaurant. So we can get this runabout, a kind of a courier to bring the food to your home, a scenario. So many innovations will come up if you really think in terms of opportunities that will come for your company post-COVID-19. So thank you very much for listening to this video. You will see this video in my YouTube channel, Learn with Kumar. And if you're happy, subscribe to the channel. If you need tuition, contact me on info@learnwithkumar.com or WhatsApp +947732193887. Visit my website learnwithkumar.com. And whether you take tuition or not, doesn't matter. If you have any clarifications, any questions, either on the strategic case study, which we have done, or if any of your friends are doing management case study, ask them to contact me. I'll be much obliged and happy to help everyone, because this is my passion to teach. It's not really for money, but it's my passion to teach. So anyone who is interested, please do contact me and visit my website and enjoy your strategic case study. Thank you very much. God bless all of you.